Hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, and today we're going to try to undertake another biker sales mission, and this time for the methamphetamine factory. Okay, and on this occasion I will be undertaking this mission with my good friend Mr. Raccoon, don't you know, but it does appear he's a little bit tardy at the moment, and so here I am waiting for him to arrive, you know. Doubtless he's rooting through some trash or garbage somewhere, you know, as garbage pandas are likely to do. Okay, what's that now? Okay, there he is. Okay, Koki, jolly good. And what did you know? He's arrived in a hydra, much like myself. Okay, well there he goes, coming in, trying to land, don't you know? Okay, Koki, well I say so. This is a biker sales mission. This is for the methamphetamine factory, and I believe that the mission that we shall undertake on this occasion will be the seaplanes. Whoops, daisies, there we go. Obviously try to get out before he had properly touched down now, didn't he? Okay, well, never mind, Mr. Raccoon. Happens to us all, you know. Okay, so yes, there we are. Just wait for him to come on up, you know. He's dawdling by the looks of things. Okay, that's a bit more like it. Come on now, Mr. Raccoon, get a move on, would you? Okie dokie, and there he is, his friendly, familiar face. Okie dokie, yes. Hello, Mr. Raccoon. I see that you've got your up and atomizer about. I can only imagine that means. Yes, as I suspected, right, okay. Alright, okay, he's shooting over my head right now. Well, that's unusual of him. He normally likes to try to put an end to me, you know, but on this occasion it appears I've got off scot-free. Okie dokie, well, Mr. Raccoon's here. I suppose it's time that we attempt to go and undertake this mission, don't you know? Okay, he's got it back out again. Yes, I know what I'm expecting. Don't try and sneak up on me, Mr. Raccoon. I can see what you're doing. Okay, I suppose I'd better go and change to Puglo as well. He doesn't seem to like the fact that I'm in my my regular togs here. He wants me as Mr. Puglo Escobar, and oh, good God! Right, okay, yes, he really was getting rather insistent on it there, wasn't he? Okay, yes, well, you play with raccoons, that's the sort of business you get, I'm afraid. Okay, so I'll just try and appease his animal nature there and switch over to Puglo Escobar. Or at this time of year, as you can see, because of the snow, Santa Paws. Okie dokie, so yes, here we go. I've pugged myself up now, and I'm going to head on down to Mr. Raccoon. Jesus Christ, yes, thank you, Mr. Raccoon. Jolly good fun. Okay, so here we go. Going to head on inside, and doubtless he's going to try to shoot me again. Yes, I think he did there, didn't he, the wretched raccoon? Okay, well, we've walked on inside now, so I'm just going to set up a motorcycle club, you know, so I can undertake this mission and all that sort of business. And there we go. Okay, jolly good. And now I'm going to go in and invite my good friend Mr. Raccoon to come on and join me. There we go, and he should just be able to walk through the door. Okay, you're heading on down there, right. Now, I will, of course, need to access this computer on the Open Road website in order to initiate the mission, and that is exactly what I will do when Mr. Raccoon has the good manners to walk through that door behind me, you know. Okay, hurry up, he really is dragging his feet today, you know, and there he is. Okay, jolly good, yes, you've shot and killed me enough, ready to start playing? Yes, thank you, Mr. Raccoon. Okie dokie, here we go, right here, now, $357,000, I believe, is what we're going to get for this particular mission, and we got a call from LJT.
Are only accessible by seaplane. Products loaded up and ready to go when you are.
Okay, so yes, like I said at the start of this particular video, this is the seaplane mission, don't you know, and you can see on the bottom left-hand corner of the map there, the indication, the blue plane blips there, or icons should indicate to us the direction in which we need to go for this particular mission, and all too often they are over here on the banks of the Alamo Sea, as that's where my cocaine and methamphetamine factory are located so close to it. Actually, is quite convenient. And on this occasion, what with Mr. Raccoon coming along to help me out, we really should be able to fly through this particular mission. Now, this is, like I say, one of the biker sales missions. This mission can be completed on one's own, you know. You do not need a second or indeed a third person, whilst there are 3 aeroplanes there, each of which have to deliver 5 deliveries, or drops, should I say. So that's a total of 15, similar to the boats, and post-op vans and the boats and the other such missions, this particular mission can, like I say, like the Trashmaster, like the boats and the whatnot, this mission can be carried out on one's own. There is plenty of time to fly each individual plane and then return to the original location and pick up another one and deliver that lot, and then return and deliver another lot. Will take you some time though. Generally averages about 25 minutes, which makes this sail mission rather long, don't you know? So it is advisable to do it with friends or associates if you can, just to speed things along, but it is absolutely not necessary, and it's worth bearing that in mind. Okay, then, like I say, out of all of the biker sales missions, there is only one that one cannot undertake on one's own, and that is that's the post-op van mission. And my God, who'd want to do that? Yes, like I say, so the helicopters, the boats, and such forth, the motorbikes, the planes, obviously the Trashmaster and whatnot. All of these can be done by one single player. Okay, now we're coming up to the first drop there, and there we go. Okay, 1 down, 15 to go, don't you know? Now, a couple of things worth mentioning, I suppose. Always worth plotting your route out first, and also a good idea to put a waypoint on the mark you're going to go, because if you go too high and the police sort of do cotton on to you, those blips, I'm afraid, will disappear until you've lost the police, or the location blips, I should say, will disappear. There we go, as you can see in the map, the bottom right left-hand corner there. The yellow location blips have disappeared whilst the police are on me. Okay, so now there's not too much to worry about though. If you do get the police after you, there's a couple of ways to really get rid of them. Wait till the stars start flashing there and head towards the ground, and the police should lose you within no time at all. Of course, if you're getting rather close to that drop, don't you know, you can always phone Lester, and I believe that's what I shall do shortly. Okay, so here's a couple of tips really. There, see, I'm going to have to get on the phone to Lester, and I'm getting rather close, and I haven't lost the police yet. Yes, that really is rather a shame, actually, and I'll explain why in just a moment.
Hey there. What can I help you with? Okay, so you're in serious trouble, and you need my help. Okay.
Yes, there we go. Okay, I've dropped off another one. That's 2 down. I'm carrying 3. As you can see, that's 4 out of 15 delivered, because my good friend Mr. Raccoon is simultaneously delivering packages from another plane. Okay, so yes, like I was saying, now when it comes to calling Lester, there are perhaps a number of techniques or tricks with this particular mission one may wish to bear in mind. Now, like I say, when one initially gets in the plane, it's a good idea to allow the propeller there to start whirring before you go to the map. And it is advisable that you do go to the map at the start of each sail mission. Okie dokie, so yes, like I say, it's best to climb inside the plane, allow the propeller there to start spinning around, and then once it has done so, go to the map and plot yourself a route. The fastest, most expedient route around would of course be preferable. And then all one simply needs to do is to take off and start flying. Now, as you can see by the bottom left-hand corner, the altitude indicator there on the minimap does show that we do have to stay quite low to the ground, and that can provide a problem. It's not all that big a problem when you're out at sea, because should you get too low, all you're going to hit is the water. But unfortunately, particularly in this kind of cloudy weather, don't you know, when you're flying through the city, sort of posts and cranes and buildings even can come straight out of nowhere, and you'll just crash into them and die and lose your product, and nobody wants that now. Okay, now I've delivered my first batch here, so I've called in a Hydra, don't you know, and headed to the beach there, and I've climbed on inside, and now we're going to take the Hydra back up. Now, once one, as I say, if one's completing this particular mission on one's own, one will need to do this a number of times, 3 times. In fact, I will only need to do this once on this occasion. Actually, technically 2 times, I suppose you'll need to make the return journey. But it is advisable to do it in something like a Mark II oppressor or a Hydra, something along those lines. And here I go, I'm going to climb inside. Now, I haven't allowed the propeller to start spinning, and that is a mistake. But like I say, we hop inside, we simply go to the map, pick out our route, have a look at where we've got to deliver them, decide where we're going first, put a waypoint on just in case we get the police. And like I say, unfortunately, if you do get the police, you will lose those yellow markers, but you will not lose the purple one. So it's always advisable to stick that on, don't you know. Now, when it comes to breaking altitude limits, it is always advisable to stay actually under the altitude limit and as close to the water as possible, so you don't get the police after you. But sometimes when you're flying over land, it is very necessary, I'm afraid, to take a rather sort of advanced altitude, or a higher altitude, should we say, and as I did at the start of this particular mission. Now, normally when if we're heading out over the sea as we are right now, I just simply head out as soon as possible. Don't go in a straight line across the map. There we go. I think that was Mr. Raccoon there on a suppressor, and yes, there he is. So yes, I would advise, generally speaking, unless you have a drop over land, and the only drop over land you'll have will be in the reservoir that you saw me undertake on the previous mission there, they will always be out in sea. And so what I'll say is, don't worry about flying as the crow goes, as they say, straight to the first one. Simply veer off to the sea, and then you can simply not worry about your altitude issues. You can just fly along above the seawater, and if you hit anything, it'll just be the water. Okay, like I say though, if you do have to fly over land, perhaps dropping in that reservoir or something along those lines, then yes, certainly you can climb above the altitude. You'll only get 1 or 2 stars after, as a general rule, not too serious, and they will after a certain amount of time. Obviously the police don't see you in the air, as you probably are aware of. There's some reason the police in GTA just don't seem to look up. And so, even though you will get the stars, very soon after they'll start flashing and actually disappear of their own on their own sort of accord, to be quite frank with you. But if that fails to happen when you're getting close to your target, simply phone Lester. Although it is advisable, and this was the point that I was going to make, to really make that phone call as late as possible. For if you do make it in the first round of deliveries, as you saw I did on this occasion, then you will find that should you need to use it later, you won't be able to, and that really will come quite sore. So yes, that is the Spiker Business Seaplane mission. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.